Hi everyone, I'm Katie and welcome back to my channel. I focus on projecting my best self out into the world through personal style and through new age practices. But today we're going to be getting really practical and focusing more on personal style and creating a summer wardrobe plan. I do this so that I know what I'm going to be purchasing, I can stick within my budget and my plan, and I'm able to decide which accessories and clothing pieces that I need in order to fill gaps in my wardrobe so that I'm not overspending and also so that I'm getting things that fit within my existing wardrobe. It's July, so it is a beautiful time of year, and I want to be getting outdoors, enjoying nature, or just relaxing on the patio, hanging out with friends, getting out onto the water, not worrying about if I have the right thing to wear. So this is how you can do that. Let's talk about identifying gaps in your seasonal wardrobe and how to close those gaps. So what I do at the beginning of every season is take stock of what's in my closet. I go through and I see what I've got and what I need. And that's pretty easy. I don't necessarily pull everything out of my closet. It's a little bit higher level for me, but I do go through everything. So I'll flip through my closet, I'll look through my drawers, and I'll determine what needs to go. So I typically donate things at the end of a season, but every now and again I do hang on to things that probably I need to let go of. So I reassess that, and if there's things that are in disrepair, if they're stained and can't be salvaged, if they're too small, if they're overly large, or if they're just really worn out, I will either donate them, or if they're in really terrible shape, I will toss them, and I get to see what is left. When you assess what you've got, it's really easy to see what you need. So after, taking stock and taking a look at what I've got and ensuring that everything I have, I will actually wear, then I can make a list of where those gaps are. And what I do is I will usually use Microsoft OneNote, but you could use any app that you feel works best for you. Or of course, you could always write in a notebook or just take pen to paper and make a list. When you're making a list, you want to be fairly thorough in the end, but you can start out fairly rough and just jot down what you need. You're going to want to look at specific items though. Don't be vague. So if it's a dress shirt, put one dress shirt in a weave that's buttoned down, or put down one mid-weight t-shirt. You can include necklines, you can include the cost that you're willing to spend per item, but just get it down on paper. I usually do a rough draft and then I go back over and add in more detail. I might add in what colors I'm looking for. I might add in the weight of the garments, or in the case of tank tops, I might add in like with a wide strap, or in the case of jackets, I might mention one fitted jacket, one cropped jacket. So just make sure that you get the list down. It can be as small as you need or as big as you need. All of us have different size wardrobes, different size closets, different needs throughout the season. And then you can look back and assess how much that's going to cost you. Some people are going to be, a little bit conservative. Others may be maximalists. It's okay. Just get it down on paper. That's the first step. And the next step would be to assign a estimated cost to each unit that you're going to be purchasing. So if it's a t-shirt, I'll put a note down for, maybe $80, because that's typically what I would spend on a t-shirt. That may seem unreasonable for some people, but for others that might not be a lot for a t-shirt. So make sure that it works for you and your budget. You're also going to want to be really realistic with the total number of pieces. So If you really need 2 or 3 t-shirts, mark that down. Don't just put 1 t-shirt. And then at the end, you can total roughly how much you think that's going to cost, and you can see, okay, do I need to reduce the total number of items I have in order for it to be affordable, or sort of how can you make that balance? My shopping list included a raincoat in a neutral color, a dressy summer cardigan in off-white or cream, a brown or camel leather belt, 2 neutral tank tops, 2 neutral tees, 1 linen blouse, 1 linen skirt, a lounge pant, 2 lightweight dress pants, 1 pendant necklace, 1 new purse or backpack, 1 dress, 1 sandal, and a shoe in a light color, a packable down jacket, 1 dress shirt, and a lightweight jean. The list of what I had planned and the list of what I actually purchased are a little bit different. And that's why we need to remain flexible. Still, all of these items did fill a gap in my wardrobe and allowed me to have all of the things that I needed for all of the activities that I'm doing throughout the summer. Once you get your list, it's time to move on to creating a plan. I use Pinterest to create my wardrobe plans, and although I do use Pinterest for inspiration, I'm pretty specific with what I want, and by the end of the season, my Pinterest board basically only has exactly what I've purchased on there. So I will take my list at the beginning of the season, and then I typically look online and do online shopping. Some people I know love going into stores. Just spend a little bit of time scouring the internet to take a look at what might fill those criteria and what might actually meet those gaps that you've noted in your list. There are other apps that you can use. I find Pinterest is just really quick and easy. So I will add in all the items that I'm thinking about purchasing or that I'm interested in, and then I can see how they all look together. Again, this is just the gaps in your wardrobe. This isn't your entire wardrobe, but if you're looking at how things go together in terms of what you're filling your closet with today, over time, everything will be able to match. Keep in mind that not everything you add to your Pinterest board is going to be something that you purchase. And over time, you can kind of cull what's in there so that what you end up with is your final actual wardrobe. If there are things that you're purchasing that you can't find online, that's okay. You could take a picture of them and add them to your Pinterest board afterwards, and you'll actually have a real depiction of what's in your closet. So I'm going to quickly share what is on my Pinterest board and just walk through how I got there. So this is my spring summer 2024 wardrobe and accessory plan Pinterest board. As I'm scrolling here, you can see at the top, I've got my color palette and roughly my hair color that I'm using as a reference when I'm looking at this. Again, this is like a little bit next level. Not everybody's gonna do this, but you can always add that in. And I've also got all of my accessories at the top and then my wardrobe plan. Anything that I've purchased, I leave as an open star, and anything I'm considering purchasing, I leave as a closed star. So most of this stuff I have purchased at this point. In terms of shopping, I tend to purchase things kind of at the beginning of the season, and when things are picked through in midsummer, I'm not looking as much. And hopefully at that point, I will have actually purchased everything that I need. I have two backpacks, one's a convertible. I had purchased a watch and a bracelet, as well as a pendant that I'm actually wearing. I only needed 1 pair of sandals because I had a lot of sandals and shoes. I purchased a leather belt from an Etsy seller. I also needed a few heavier weight jackets. I have quite a few light linen jackets that I use for work. I have a denim jacket or two, but I needed a few additional jackets. My office that I work in is really chilly, so I got 2 women's Kapok blend shirt jackets, and then I got a fitted denim blazer because the other 2 jackets were a little bit oversized. I also purchased an organic cotton dress as well as 2 denim handkerchief hem dresses. One of these dresses I dyed myself so that it would look like 2 separate dresses. I ended up getting an incredible deal on these because I purchased them when they went on sale, and I loved the first one that I purchased so much that I thought I'd order a second one and then over dye it. If you're interested in seeing my video about over dyeing, I'll share a link below and you can check that video out. I have some tank tops and t-shirts, really basic here, and I also ordered a hand knit Edwardian jacket from an incredible Etsy seller. I'll share the link down below if you're interested. It did take, I think, 3 or 4 months to get the jacket, so I ordered it, I think it was late winter, in order to get it for spring because it's a cotton jacket. I also ordered some linen from Not Perfect Linen. They're phenomenal. I ordered 2 pieces that I had previously and I wore them almost out. And the skirt I ordered in 1 size larger because I am 1 size larger now. So not gonna keep something that's too small. I'm just gonna get something in a size that fits me. So I ordered the Marseille skirt in the color shown here, a denim color, and I ordered the Madrid top in a bright green. I believe it's called chartreuse or greenish mustard is what they call it on the site. I ordered a sweatpant because I don't have any sweatpants, and in the spring I was finding that I was chilly and just wanted to relax. I ordered 2 pairs of dress pants as well from Everlane, tapered dress pants, because I didn't have a lightweight dress pant that I could wear in the office that wasn't linen. And I ordered a rain jacket that I wore a lot in the spring, and I am debating still ordering this lightweight puffer jacket for August and into September. So that is everything I purchased. It is quite a bit of stuff. This is a lot more than I would typically purchase in a season. Some of my things were worn out. I hadn't done a big shop like this in a few years, and the accessories that I ordered were things that I had wanted and kind of add to my overall aesthetic and are things that I'm gonna have for a really long time. So that is my Pinterest board. Know that when you're creating a Pinterest board that it's going to change over time. When I first started this Pinterest board, it looked quite a bit different because there were a lot of items that I was contemplating and I ended up not purchasing them, or some of them sold out before I could get my hands on them. In some cases I was waiting for things to go on markdown because they were over my budget price per unit. But when all is said and done, you can see that I have a pretty clear color story of what I purchased this season. Everything is in my soft muted color palette, and you can see there's a focus on denim blues, navy blues, some yellows like in the ochre colorway, as well as off-white and cream colors. And this Edwardian jacket, although I do typically purchase teal for fall, I actually ordered this in an off-white. So everything that I purchased really works together. Even the leather that I bought, so I bought a leather belt in kind of this butterscotch color. The watch band and the purse all are, you know, roughly in the same color scheme. So everything's really cohesive and working together. So if you're filling gaps in your wardrobe with things in a specific color palette, you'll find that over time, your entire wardrobe will be able to work together. That's my approach because I find it's a lot more efficient, and I'm purchasing pieces for my wardrobe to create a cohesive wardrobe rather than just purchasing outfits, which is a mistake that I used to make, and I had a lot of fun outfits and nothing worked together. And that's how you end up with a wardrobe where, you know, this top only goes with that pair of pants, or this top only goes with that skirt, and you're unable to mix and match. So you can actually have less pieces overall if everything in your wardrobe works together. And as you can see, my color palette is not what a lot of stylists or people that are into personal style and fashion would recommend. I don't have a lot of black. I don't have optic white. I have a lot more soft, muted colors that may not work in other people's wardrobes. So when you're looking at your color palette, be sure to focus on what looks great on you, what's useful for you, what works for your lifestyle, not what somebody tells you works for you. You don't have to have a white button-down shirt if you don't look good in white button-down shirts. The only rules here are to get things that work great on your body type. I'm going to share a little bit about how I choose the specific pieces in terms of silhouette and cut. I am a Kibbe soft gamine body type. For any of you who are into Kibbe, you know what I'm talking about. For anybody else, just super high level, Kibbe was a fashion stylist that was popular in the 80s. He's since had a sort of renaissance where people are really interested in his style archetypes. He has quite a few style archetypes, and the focus is on masculinity or femininity in terms of lines. So a soft gamine body type, or my body type, is somebody that's short in stature and has a mix of yang and yin energy or essence, meaning that I am, you know, not totally in proportion, and I have a mix of soft and harsh lines. So my silhouette is quite soft at the bust and the hip, but I have a fairly straight shoulder. I have a more yang face, but I have very yin eyes. So I have big eyes, and I have kind of rounder cheekbones, but some other kind of more yang elements. So I'm quite a mix, which means that I'm able to get some kind of unique pieces that really look great on me that may seem a little like unusual on other people. With my body type and my pieces that I was focusing on, what I wanted to make sure is that everything that I purchased had some waist emphasis, meaning it either has a fitted waist or it is a cropped length so that you can still see my waist. Even the boxy women's jackets that I purchased do kind of hit the waist, and they are more structured. They have a rounded collar that's defined. The shoulders are defined. They have a beautiful princess seam. So even though they're a little bit more boxy, they are quite structured. And I did buy the size extra small in the women's shirt jackets in both the kind of ochre color and the cream off-white natural color, because I was just drowning in it. It didn't show waist emphasis. It looked ridiculously large. So if you are a smaller stature, you can purchase oversized garments one size smaller, and they'll be a lot more fitted. I also purchased a denim blazer that's really fitted in the waist, and I have been looking for a blazer for a really long time that's fitted. They are not easy to find right now because oversized blazers have been very on trend for the past several years, but I did manage to find one at the Gap. I will say that typically I buy more sustainable style, but because I was desperate for a fitted waist blazer, I did go with less sustainable item. That said, it's a really well-made denim blazer. It's got a little bit of spandex blend in it. I'm gonna have this thing for years and years to come, and it looks fantastic dressed up for work or dressed down. Thanks so much for sticking with me today, and I hope that some of the tips that I shared will be helpful for you. And again, take what works for you and leave the rest. Style is personal, and people plan their wardrobes and their lifestyles differently. For some, all of the tips that I provided may feel like too much work, but I'm sure that there are a few good nuggets in there that you can take with you when planning your personal style and your seasonal wardrobe. If there's anything you liked, please comment below. And if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share with somebody that you think might find it interesting. Thanks again, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.